Hey everybody, Peter from Shoetopia. We're back again for another lunchtime at Shoetopia. Thanks for joining us. I'm just going to flip my computer here. We have lots of stuff to talk about today. I've got my wall of Remonte behind me. We're going to have a little bit of fun with the Remonte stuff today. Going to talk a little bit about sizing too. A lot of times we carry so many different products here at Shoetopia. We have US sizing, UK sizing, Australian sizing, European sizing. The Remonte products are all European sizing. So we'll talk a little bit about how to convert your sizes if you don't already know, because that's a big question for us. We'll do that at the end, just if you do happen to be with us then. And then we'll kind of roll through that a little bit too. So thanks so much for everybody that has placed orders with us over the last few days here. It's greatly appreciated. I've got a bunch of stuff ready to go out today after our little show. And if you have anything, always stop into shoetopia.ca. We aren't an essential business and we have been closed for a week now. But from our perspective, I can still get stuff out to you. I've been dropping some stuff off locally, and I've got a couple of parcels to go out Canada Post today too. So any way that we can get you what you need, we're always happy doing that for you. A couple of other things too that happened that I found really interesting as we're trying to navigate this. You may have noticed on the Facebook, we had a review from one of our great customers yesterday, and she had mentioned that I did a personal video for her. Well, if there's something that you have that you're interested in me doing, I'll either navigate the website for you personally, or we can actually hook up and have a video call, and I'll walk around the store with you too. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. I can still navigate that either on the web store with you or in the store. We can talk about your problems and the issues that you want to cover and the types of products that you may need, so that we can get you what you need during this downtime. So today we'll get right back at it and talk a little bit about Remonte. So hopefully you're joining us live here, but if not, maybe you're coming in a little bit later in the day too. Remonte, if you've never had Remonte before, Remonte is a brand that's a sister company to Riker. So you'll notice if you're in the store, a lot of their styling, a lot of the lasts, we call these lasts, a lot of the different fits and stuff like that are similar to Riker as well. I find Remonte for the most part tends to be a little more, they use a little more patterns, they use a little more advanced stylings on some of their stuff. They use a lot more leathers as opposed to man-made products on most of their things too. So, we talked yesterday about how to read a label, so I can actually show this to you with Remonte. So on Remonte here, there's the labels. So you can see it's got that pelt that we talked about yesterday. So the pelt means it's leather, so it means it's a leather upper. And I can't see it that, oh yeah, over here, sorry. This triangle means it's man-made, that we talked about yesterday too. So it's a man-made bottom, which makes sense. It's not a man-made. So anytime you're looking, and that we discussed that a little bit yesterday on our chat, but most of the shoes, in particular Riker and Remonte, are great at this. They really lay it out for you to know whether it's leather, what it's made of, how it's made, all that kind of stuff. Of course, you're going to always see your sizing inside the shoe and stuff like that too. So just a little recap from yesterday, I guess. But most of the product that we have from Remonte here is leather upper. They're almost, well, they all are man-made bases, no matter whether it's the shoes or the sandals, but a lot of leather uppers too. So it tacks on, they're a couple of dollars more expensive than some of their sister Riker products, but you'll get the leather as opposed to the man-made on almost all their stuff. So one of the products, I mean, they've just got such a great little shoe package this year. You'll find all these, by the way, on our web store, shoetopia.ca. But nice and light. My wife Tammy picked this one up this year. It's been one of her favorites so far. Hasn't had too much chance to wear it out, but she's been wearing it a little bit. I mean, I can't believe how light this is. They've got the soft foam footbed in it. So with Remonte, some of them have a memory foam footbed. So this one has the memory foam footbed. And so almost all of their shoes, at least all of the ones that we have right now, have removable footbeds. So if you do wear, you couldn't get a full orthotic in there really, but if you wear a dress orthotic or a partial orthotic, you should be able to get them into almost any of these little shoes that we're going to talk about today. But a nice little slip-on, easy on. We've got on the same base, so the same, you know, we talked about that in one of our previous our little lunchtimes, is we call the base of the lasts, the molds of these shoes. So on the same last, you can see the base look the same, just a different upper. And this one's perforated, so it'll be nice and airy for the summer. Great neutral color, goes with everything. Super light. It's got that soft memory foam cushion insole in it. So a couple of nice pieces here from Remonte on the shoes. Liking this little Mary Jane, fun polka dots, just cute. Again, removable footbed. It's got the leather foot lining in it, so insole essentially. And your Mary Janes, again, nice and easy to get on and off with the Velcro. And that's a cute little shoe. I just like the polka dot pattern. We'll talk about sandals in a couple secs. We'll go through the rest of the shoes. This is a nice little athletic shoe. Yellows, so many yellows, mustard colors, this kind of stuff. Really showed a lot this year when we looked at our spring offering and our fall offering. Yellow still seems to be a big color. We don't have a ton of yellow in our stores, but we certainly have sort of speckled it in as often as we could. But this was a nice little shoe, nice little lace up, easy in again. It's got a good little heel in it, so this might be a good little orthotic shoe as well, but just easy going, in and out. So these are both the same shoe, essentially on the same last. White and black from Remonte. Now these are all leather uppers as well. So with this particular shoe, it doesn't have a leather lining. It's got a man-made lining, but it's a leather upper, super soft, really light. It's got the bungee. So just again, a nice little easy way to get in with the bungees. Kind of like we looked at some of the Ons yesterday that had that bungee opening. It's pretty popular these days. Even if you have a lace-up shoe at home, we stock bungee laces here. So it's something that you can always add to your shoe at a later date too. But for these two little Remontes, oh, they come with a regular shoelace too if you don't like the bungees. But these two little Remontes, nice and light, easy going, fun. We've got Remonte. You may have seen, if you are a Remonte fan and have had Remonte in the past, you may have seen these sort of styling of shoes. This was one of our best-selling Remontes last year. Great color. Really liking this. I mean, it's got this grippy sole. It's a rubber on the bottom, so it's nice. It's got a little bit of lug to it as well. With these, the beautiful thing is that once you get them laced up the way you want them, then it's an easy in again with the zip. So you're going to lace it up, put it on, lace it up as you normally would, but then a lot of times you're just going to zip in and zip out of this so that you can slide in and go. Again, removable footbed for both of these. This is the black one. Sometimes black and navy are a little bit hard to tell on the video, but this one's just really fun. It's got a great sheen to it, and it was probably our best-selling Remonte last year for sure, so that's why we brought it back. A couple of other ones too, and as I'm picking these up, I mean, they're just super, super, super light, and I think that's one of the highlights here. This one's fun too. Really like the sheen of this. It's got a little zip to it, and talk about the zip. We've also got the zip here again, same sort of thing. You're going to lace it up, and then it's nice and easy to get in after that. So lots of things with Remonte. Now the Remontes are all, so Remonte, like I said, oh, this one has the soft in it as well for the memory foam. This one is an athletic walker as well, but it's kind of, I'm gonna show you on the inside. You see these patches here? So these patches are this material here, and really it's an expandable material. So if you're on the inside of the shoe, be good for bunions, that sort of thing. So you can really see how pliable it is. So this was, I call it a bunionator shoe, but I mean, it's good for every day as well if you just love the shoe. But if you do suffer from bunions, that's going to just really give you a little bit of easy expandability on the inside of the shoe. And on the outside, not so great for the bunionette because the leather comes right here, but essentially it's more about the bunion area through here is that nice, pliable, expandable, super lightweight shoe. So that gives you sort of a scope of some of the Remonte shoes that we have here for this year. Oh, hi Jen, and hi Michelle. I see you're watching there. And I want to talk a little bit about a couple of the sandals. I highlighted more of the shoes now because it was 0 degrees out today. It's still a little bit cool, a little bit more transitional, but we certainly do have some sandals from Remonte too. And I like this is the one I started with earlier today, but a really nice neutral color. The fixtures on it are just cute and fun. And Judy says, I tried the white one and loved it. So yeah, there you go. She's already had it on. But this one's just a really nice color. It's got a leather sock lining, so I love to have leather under my foot when I'm barefoot as opposed to a man-made product. I find it's just more natural. You don't get malodors. It just feels better to have leather under your foot, especially when you're barefoot. So it's got a great heel, nice block heel, nice and I mean, if you're going to going to be outside on grass or anything like that, you're never going to sink in with this one. So that great little sandal here, and this one is really nice too. Polka dots have been big. I love the double polka dot. You've got the fine print and you've got the bigger print here too. So really nice shoe here from Remonte. And again, you've got the leather sock lining here, and with this one, it looks like it's going to be hard to get into, but really, it's not. And Remonte and Riker does this really well too. They make things that are Velcro so that they're easy to get in, but really gives you that beautiful buckle. I mean, this is a classier looking sandal, and good for dress up, good for every day too, with the block heel. A little bit different heel than the last one, but still quite a nice little sandal for summertime. And then we've got another one over here. So a lot of the Remonte ones that I'm showing you today, at least the sandals, have a little bit more of a blocky, higher heel. And this one's fun too. Loving this. It's all vented. What are some of the prices? Julie, all the prices of all of these are on Shoetopia. If you got our email, I've linked it there, but just go to shoetopia.ca and everything is there under Remonte. So most of the prices for this stuff range sort of between $119 and $150 type thing, just as a general average. So this shoe, $129. The ones that we started with, $124. What have we got? This one that I just looked at was $124, $134. So all in that range, Julie. So I hope that helps. But you'll be able to find, specifically each one on shoetopia.ca as well if there's anything there that you want a little more clarification with. Yeah, so hopefully this kind of gives you a scope of the Remonte products for spring. The other thing that we were going to talk a little bit about today was sizing. By the way, if anybody else, hi Sue, if anybody else has any questions, I can see on my screen here in front of me, so you can ask me questions and I'll deal with them as we're going along here. No problem, Julie. I'm happy I could help there. One of the things that I've done over the last couple of days is go through, and I mentioned this earlier, go through some stuff with people on our website, and I'm just doing little videos for them and kind of taking them through different things. So if you have any questions, again, you can ask them here on our Lunchtime Lives, or you can send me an email, peter@shoetopia.ca, and I'm always happy to help you outside of this too, and we can work through some of these things. So wanted to talk, and we have this posted usually in behind on the wall, but sometimes sizing is a tough thing. You walk in, we carry brands from all over the world here at Shoetopia, European brands, Australian brands, Chinese, North American brands. And one of the things that people struggle with is, what size am I? So when you come into Remonte, Remonte is all in European sizing. So when you look, and by the way, you can pull down the size chart in our web store as well, and it will guide you through this. We have kind of this on our web store. When you go into the product, at the bottom of the product, if you click it, it'll have a size chart there for you to help you navigate. It's even more in depth than this one, but I just didn't want to pull out one that's so small you couldn't see it on the screen. So basically, when you look at, I think a rule of thumb is, for ladies, take away 1. So if you were regularly a size 8 US, then you'd be 39. So 39 minus 1 is 38, but basically I take that and I'll take 30 off, right? So if you're usually a 6, then you'd be a 37 if you're a lady. And if you're usually a 10, you'd be a 41. So you can either that or tack on that extra. So that's just kind of a rule of thumb. Thanks, Louise. We appreciate that, and we'd love to see you here in store. Right now, unfortunately, we can't. This is the only way we can communicate. So I'm trying to do my best here, keeping in touch with all of our great customers. When it comes to guys, you can see that the sizing is a little different, not quite as easy to understand. So ladies, 39 would be an 8, 40 would be a 9, 41 would be a 10. So basically just taking off that amount that we talked about. On the men's side, 42 is a 9, 43, 9.5, 44, 10.5, 45, 11. And it's a little bit more difficult there on the guys' side, not quite as easy just to do the straight up comparison for it. But essentially, if you follow that pattern with your European sizing, that's the way to go. The other thing that's a big question in sizing right now is bluntstone. We sell so many bluntstones at Shoetopia, and bluntstones Australian sizing. So how does that work when you look at our web store, or when you look at anything that's Australian sizing? If it's an Aussie size 9, let's say, or let's say it's an Aussie size 7, then Aussie sizing is 3 sizes different for ladies, 1 size different for men. So Aussie size 7 would be a lady's 10, or Aussie size 7 would be a men's 8. So 1 up for guys, 3 up for ladies, just as a point of note for anything Australian redback, a bluntstone. And when it comes to UK sizing, we don't have much in UK sizing these days, but we do the odd time have some thin comforts or whatever that come in UK and not in European sizing. With European sizing, and this is sort of the one that you'll see, like I said, it's a little small, but from our website. So when you're dealing with European sizing, the European sizing typically, if it's a UK 4, it would be a 4.5, let's say, it would be US 6.5, 2 sizes different with UK, 3 sizes with Australian, 2 sizes with UK. And on the men's size, it's a half size different. So many different sizings, but ultimately what I wanted to just let you know that it's all there on the website for you, and we're always happy to help you when you come in the store as we get back open again here, whenever that's going to be after all the stuff going on these days with COVID. So I'll leave it at that for today. I don't want to keep these too long so that you'll keep coming back. We'll have conversations every day, but I do appreciate everybody coming in. For those of you that Patricia, Barb, and Hillary that sent some emails in this morning with orders, I've got those packed up, and I'm gonna get them out to you right after this, and appreciate everybody's business. Please stay healthy, stay isolated, but do get outside on your own, or with your significant other, I guess, as we try to get out and get a little bit of fresh air. But we'll all have to do what we can to make the best of this time. So we'll talk to you tomorrow, back again, and tomorrow we're going to talk about New Balance, and we'll talk about whether you're a neutral walker, whether you pronate, or whether you supinate as well, as part of our technical side of the New Balance talk tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.